Hi, gentlemen, and thanks for tuning in once again. MGTOW versus feminism. There are a few major differences between MGTOW and feminism. Feminism is usually portrayed in a way that is extremely manipulative, projecting an image of trying to give females equal rights, as if they don't already have equal rights and equality. Feminism also neglects men, and many females that consider themselves feminists will actually try and convince men that feminism is good for men as well. MGTOW, the acronym for men going their own way, is more about men leaving the so-called plantation. This may be due to multiple reasons that include being aware of the bias against men that get involved with females and entering relationships with these females. Men are most certainly aware more than ever that marriage or even de facto relationships are simply not worth it. As a matter of fact, these relationships can be extremely detrimental with financial, emotional, and psychological repercussions. We have two items here, one being feminism and the other being MGTOW, but trying to find similarities is nearly impossible. They are two completely different things. We can start off by saying that feminism can only exist on the metaphorical plantation. Without this plantation, surely feminism could not exist. Feminists try to call upon females and males to march in their parade, pursuing entitlements and so-called equality, yelling and chanting that females can and should be independent, all the while leeching off of government funds to keep their machine propped up and well lubricated. Without the plantation, feminism cannot exist. MGTOW, on the other hand, is quite the opposite. In order for a man to be a MGTOW, he must and cannot live on the metaphorical plantation. Therefore, he cannot be married or in a long-term relationship. We also know that no government on the face of the earth is going to support and prop up such an idea or concept, because there is no gain for any government to do so. But what is the gain for government to support such a model as feminism? What is the motive for governments to keep pushing and promoting feminism? This is where more and more answers come forth with absolute clarity and conviction. Have you ever been told by anyone, men, stop domestic violence and get out of your relationship? No. I literally have read a poster, not only in a police station, but also in government agencies that actually state, quote, "Abusive men, call this number now," unquote. This poster was directed at men and only men, and there was nothing else on the same wall that would state the same or similar thing to females. If men en masse were aware of the implications that the Family Law Act and no-fault divorce has against them, then they would most likely run away from relationships as soon as possible. I can assure you that no such poster with the words of "Men, stop domestic violence now and get out of your relationship" would even be allowed to be pinned up on a wall. Even if men were the perpetrators of violence, no wealth extraction can happen without men being in the relationship. Movies, music, advertisements, and even culture will promote traditionalism, and in particular marriage, and this is a necessity for the marriage wealth extraction process to begin. Without a contract, no such thing can take place. This wealth extraction process also extends to de facto relationships as well, where the fourth arm of government, media, promotes male and females living under the same roof being the norm. But they have a big surprise for you men. Men enter a relationship with a mindset, and females enter a relationship with a different mindset as compared to men. These relationships obviously take place on the plantation. In this plantation, the seeds of feminism have been firmly planted into females' minds. Seeds of thought that include her constantly being pedestalized, elevated, entitled, etc. Things that will wear out a man's mettle real fast. Walk into a busy police station and you will also see these things come into fruition right before your face. Male and female police officers talking to females as if they are the only things that exist, whilst yourself and other men are sidelined till the police have time for you. Feminism, a model itself, is the key to another model to function, that model being the marriage wealth extraction process system. Another reason why you will hear police officers state to females, quote, "He hit you, didn't he?" Or, "Come on, tell us where he hit you," unquote, when that man has done no such thing. Legislation has it so that females benefit the most out of marriage. This benefits government. A typical ruthless feminist would never hesitate to throw a man under a bus, and this is awesome for government due to the fact that there are financial benefits at stake. If 100% of men were blue-pilled manginas and all females were 100% typical ruthless females, then governments all across the world would be rubbing their hands together with ever-increasing wealth. Feminism is extremely parasitical. Under normal circumstances, feminists leech off government, men and even females for that matter, whether it be monetary leeching or emotional leeching, just like an emotional vampire. This is why you will see many females carrying signs that state words to the effect of, "I need feminism because," fill in the blank. In this type of scenario, there usually is a program, objective, or agenda at hand that is being promoted. This agenda is run by parasites that are in the pursuit of extracting wealth from government by bringing in so-called awareness, causing a fake social demand or even problem. Then you have the females or even males that hold these feminist signs or placards that are extracting energy and time from other people. Have you ever seen men going their own way do such a thing? When men discuss these matters amongst others, they usually do so with logic and rationality. Sometimes statistics are brought into the equation, but men don't become batshit crazy when discussing issues, even if it was a topic related to men's only issues or otherwise. Men going their own way do not call females to come into the plantation. I am completely convinced that females cannot exist without a plantation. Feminists will always abuse a man who is going his own way because feminists know that this means less utility from a macro or micro perspective to them. Men going their own way sometimes, and in my instance, always advise men not to get married and explain to other men the dangers of doing so. Feminists, and even females for that matter, will never do such a thing because this is detrimental to their cause. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg with regards to how MGTOW and feminism are two completely different things. If anybody has any ideas that they would like to share regarding this subject, please don't hesitate to leave a comment, as I would like to extend this video and make a part 2 using commenters' ideas, opinions, and likewise. Once again, thanks for tuning in, guys. Peace. Till next time.